shot. He scores! And the Ballers win! Helena is no longer undefeated!
I'm not superstitious, but I am a little stitious.
Barons win! Barons win!
Cody Jansen stopped 92 out of 95 shots, including a penalty shot in overtime. Somehow he still only wound up the third star of the game.
You like that?
Jansen has a heart.
You're smoking crack!
It's Boxing Day. You know what that means. World Junior season. We're here. We're ready to go. It's World Hockey Report. Cody Jansen, Adam Ermintrout with you. We are getting you set. Canada, Czechia, getting underway in about half an hour's time. We'll preview the game. We'll preview the tournament. And we will get you set up with some giveaways. Thanks to our friends at Lordco Auto Parts. Everyone already knows Lordco. They should be your go-to supplier. They're the official broadcast or auto supplier of Hockey Canada and Team Canada. Go check them out. Since 1974, they have been a trusted supplier of quality aftermarket auto parts and accessories. Quickly looking at the score right now, Sweden's up 3-1 on Russia. 17 minutes left to go in the third. Earlier today, Finland, they beat Germany 3-1 as well. I told you we got a giveaway, and I hope you're tuned in if you are looking to win some free gloves. Watson gloves are incredible. They're Team Canada limited edition. Thanks to Lordco Auto Parts for hooking us up with that. All you got to do, it's World Hockey Report First Goal Challenge. Jump on 12 Ounce Sports, Facebook or YouTube right now. You got to be on that for it to join the conversation. All you got to do, let us know who you think scores first. Give me a player. Canada, Czechia, I don't care. Let me know who you think scores first tonight. You get it right, we'll send you a pair of gloves. If you want to throw in a bonus, chuck in the score. Maybe we'll send you an extra pair if we're feeling generous. Get in the conversation now. You got to go to YouTube. You got to go to Facebook, 12 Ounce Sports. That's where we're coming to you live. You got to do it. World Hockey Report, at World Hockey RPT on Twitter. 12 Ounce Sports is at 12OZ Sports. Just let us know. Who do you think scores the first goal as we snap it over to Saskatchewan? Adam Ermintrout joins us right now. Quickly, you got a pick for first goal of the game tonight?
Yeah, I'll go Jake Neighbors. The Edmonton Oil King gets a goal in this home barn.
That'd be a big one for him. I liked him in pre-tournament. He was good. And we'll talk a little bit about that game against Russia as well. But first, I do got to pick your brains. How much of Finland-Germany did you watch today?
When I wasn't watching the Bills and Patriots, I was paying attention.
You're an NFL loser.
Yeah, I think for Finland, they're never going to win the games, 6-0. I think the 3-1's kind of their style of game, a little Islanders-esque, if you will. And, credit to Germany. They really gave it their all. And, I mean, Oilers defense prospect Luka Munzenberger really stood out for me on Germany. So, obviously, they don't have the firepower of last year with Stützle and J.G. Peterka and stuff like that. So, good win for Finland, I think probably expected.
He was looking like Moritz Seider out there for a little bit, flying around the ice, had Germany's only goal of the game. And right now, Askarov, he got the hook after 2 periods, 4-1. Sweden's up. They just scored on the power play. 16 minutes left to go in that game. I mean, you saw the start for Askarov. The first goal, you give him a pass on it. The second goal, that's a terrible one on a breakaway. I mean, there's no way your stick should be getting held that lightly. In the third goal, there was just no battle. There was no compete, and it was terrible positioning. He just looked lost out there. You kind of hit the nail on the head, though, when you said Russia kind of drops or lays an egg like this once a tournament. I don't know. I mean, give me your thoughts on Finland or Sweden, Russia.
Yeah, I think Russia, they just kind of look disorganized today. I don't really get it, honestly. Kuznetsov hasn't really been that noticeable. Ponomarev, obviously Michkov, but I'll give him a pass because it's his first game and he's a young player. But yeah, I mean, with Askarov, we kind of said it in the pre-tournament shows, he hasn't really played that much in the last 3 years, right? He's played probably 50 games, which isn't enough for a developing goalie. You're expecting 50 a season, right? That's what Sebastian Cossa and Dylan Grand are going to play this year. But for him, it's kind of weird just because it's he's got these people next to me are yelling at each other. It's really weird. He's got all the tools, but it's almost he just can't put it together. It kind of reminds me of Jake Virtanen, where you're yeah, okay, he skates well, he moves well, he shoots well, he's physical. There's just nothing there. And I mean, with Askarov, you look at it, he moves well, he's big, but it's he doesn't process the game well, where he goes small in weird places. He drops a stick. He does weird things where he said a stick was between his legs on the breakaway goal. Like, there's just a lot of weird things. And then for Sweden, I mean, you give Jesper Wallstedt a 4-goal cushion. I think that's pretty well said and done.
That should be well said and done for them as Russia. They're going to the power play here. But again, the contest, you want to win a set of Lordco Watson Hockey Canada gloves? Let us know. Who do you think scores the first goal? Last year, Summer Skates hooked you guys up. We are doing a huge giveaway, too. There's going to be a big package. We'll drop it on social media. 23 minutes or so. I think that's when it's going to drop. You're getting gear from Pro Rock, Summer Skates, Coco Vodka, Lordco. I can't name all the companies, but I mean, we got a big giveaway coming up here. You better guess the top 3 in this tournament, though. But for first goal of the game, get it in right now. 12 Ounce Sports, YouTube, Facebook. Let us know. Donna's in the chat, says Perfetti. I mean, that's not a bad pick. He's playing in the American League. Pretty damn good player. He's got a lot of the skill. No one's saying Johnson yet, Adam, and you watched him in pre-tournament. We've seen him enough. This guy is incredible. That's actually what I'm going to say about him, is that he has the skills to be Trevor Zegras, if not even a little higher ceiling.
No, I agree. I did my yearly World Junior pool, and it's kind of like the ones where you pick the guys from each bracket or whatever, and my top pick was Kent Johnson. So, I mean, just watching him in that pre-tournament game, he does so many things where you're like, geez, like the creativity is kind of through the roof. I saw a Hockey Canada video or TSN video today about them saying like which teammate's most likely to do this or that. And they asked about the Michigan assist, and I think every single one said Kent Johnson, or I guess Bedard got some votes. But yeah, he was incredible. Mason McTavish played really well in that pre-tournament game. Their chemistry kind of says that they're going to be the go-to guys. I mean, I don't think that it says that Shane Wright's the number 1 center, but I don't think he has the offensive ceiling that McTavish and Johnson, their line, does so far. So, yeah, I mean, for Kent Johnson, I think he has like MVP potential in him this tournament.
What do you think of Mason McTavish in that pre-tournament game against Russia?
Yeah, really good. I mean, he has some bite to him, which is kind of what I thought the type of player was. You know, he's a bit of a thicker player. You know, he's got this scruffy beard and all that, but he's got a lot of skill on him. And, you know, the 2-on-1 goal he scored with Johnson where he opened himself up and rifled it was really nice. And then obviously the one where he was on the weak side there and he got the puck and made a nice move around Askarov was good too. So, you know, with him, I didn't see like a whole lot of skill. I mean, it's U18 and stuff. I saw a good two-way centerman, but, you know, put him with a guy like Johnson, maybe, you know, that just kind of ups his game to a new skill level.
How much do you look into Dave Cameron scratching Sebastian Cossa as a healthy scratch tonight?
Not really. I mean, who knows? Maybe Dylan Graham plays start to finish and Canada wins gold. I think that's probably the ideal scenario in such a short tournament. For Cossa, maybe this is just me spitballing, but maybe it's okay, watch the game from above, don't get dressed, don't do all your warm-ups and all that, get a good skate in, and you're going to start the next game. I'm assuming, you know, it's a backup goalie spot. You don't really expect the guy to play, but that's what I'm assuming, but I really don't know. There's 3 goalies. They're all pretty good. Cossa didn't help his chances in the pre-tournament game, so I'm assuming it's an eye from above, but you never really know, I guess.
That's interesting there. Connor Bedard, he's going to be the 13th forward. Obviously, he's going to get power play time. He's skilled, as Russia's just made it 4-2 in the third period here, 15 minutes left to go. Where do you see Bedard ending up at the end of this tournament? Are we going to say, oh boy, yep, he's actually their 13th guy, and you know he really wasn't utilized? Or do you think he can be a point-per-game player for Canada?
I'll go somewhere in between. I think he ends up in their top 9, but with what they did, at least in the pre-tournament game, you know, Xavier Bourgault is technically their first-line right winger with Wright and Perfetti, but he was kind of spot shifting in there, Bedard was, and then, you know, it's kind of power play. He was getting his looks, and then just throughout the lineup, he was playing more so with skilled players, which I like. You know, you're not going to put him on the Greg Neighbors Serta line because that's kind of your checking line, so to speak. So I think what they did in the pre-tournament was good, but eventually, you know, I'm not sure, you know, if Maverick Bourque and Xavier Bourgault are going to stay on the top 2 line right wing, just because Bedard there, you know, if he produces, he's going to get more of a look. He's kind of their utility guy right now, I'd say.
Matvei Michkov as the goal for Russia. Kind of a weird one, got pushed into Wallstedt there. Still going to count. Hey, contest going on right now. You want a pair of Watson gloves thanks to Lord Go Auto Parts, our Hockey Canada special edition. All you got to do, join the conversation, 12 Ounce Sports, Facebook, YouTube, maybe even if you use Twitter and tag us, we'll let you get away with this one. Let us know who scores the first goal tonight. Canada, Czechia. Let us know. Pick a player. Throw in a score if you want. Donna's already in with Perfetti. Let us know anytime at 12 Ounce Sports. We're there at World Hockey RPT. Cody Jansen, Adam Ermintrout with you. Getting you set. Canada, Czechia, 19 minutes away. Adam, Dylan Garand's going to get the start here. And you kind of mentioned, you know, he was going to be that guy. But you've seen more of him in the Western League than I have. Is he legit? Is he the real deal?
I think so, yeah. And I mean, he's coming from a Kamloops program that's produced a lot of good goalies the last couple of years. You know, you got Connor Ingram, and then with Connor was Dylan Ferguson, who's I believe kind of in the minors right now, and he was Vegas's emergency recall. And then you got Dylan Garand, who was actually on the team last year but didn't really get a shot because Devin Levi was lights out last year. But yeah, I mean, he plays on a really good team in Kamloops with Logan Stankoven and some other guys. So yeah, really good goalie, 930 some save percentage. So, and it's not just, you know, he played really well in the pre-tournament game, which he really did, but it's also what he did in practice, what he did in the U Sports games that aren't really covered or whatever. So yeah, I think he is the real deal. He's not your classic, you know, 6'5" goalie who's just going to get you by, but I mean, 6'1", 6'2", and moves really well. And I think the biggest in the pre-tournament game, he didn't make any unnecessary moves like I thought Kosa did.
Wild goal here in this Russia-Sweden game. It's now 4-3. That Michkov, he just chucked a backhand sauce like way in the air, and Marat Kuznetsov bats it out of midair past Wallstedt. Now 4-3, 14 minutes left to go. Russia isn't dead, but everything changed when they took Askarov out of the game. Just going to throw that out there. Adam, we're getting ready for Czechia, Canada, of course. Is there anyone on the Czechs who stands out to you as if they're going to pull off an upset, this guy has to have the game of his life? Is it Mysak? Is it the goaltender Malik, or who?
I'll give you, okay, since when is it Czechia? Has it not always been Czech Republic? Can you give me the history lesson on this?
Yeah, I'll give you the social studies lesson here. So a while ago, this was years ago, they actually wanted to drop Republic. Like, it's kind of like how you say Ireland and not the Republic of Ireland, or like Kingdom of Sweden, whatever. Like, you know, there's the formal names, right? And so, like, you don't say like Slovakia Republic or whatever. They just want to drop Republic. Sounds too old fashioned. Sounds too like communist regime, Iron Curtain shit. So they just said, hey, let's drop it. Let's become Czechia. Because that's how you'd pronounce Czech. You know, we just cut it off at Czech because we're English. So now they just want to be known as Czechia. So I guess we'll follow through that. You can still call them Czechs and stuff. Like, they don't care about that. But it's just they don't want to be known as Czech Republic. It's a little too Iron Curtain communist, I guess.
I guess they start changing it this year, but
well, okay, actually, no. While we're on that, I do have a question for you though. Is it not a little bit like concerning when like Russia's wearing jerseys that say like CCP and like not USSR, but like stuff that was like when they were literally like starving out other countries, like terrible things were happening in like Russia and the Soviet Union. Is that not a little bit weird how IIHF lets them get away with that?
Yeah, I was kind of thinking like I really don't know. Like, I think it is kind of weird how it's like, okay, like they're basing off their history. And I mean, the history of some of these places is maybe a little dark, I would say. So, I mean, I guess you never really know where to draw the line, I guess, but it is a little strange. I noticed that too.
Yeah, I was a little, not like concerned, but you're kind of just like, that's kind of scummy. Like, what do you think if you're like one of the countries or like families of someone who was like under that terrible regime? You're like, now they're just kind of flaunting it for a fancy jersey. A little scummy. Okay, so give me your prediction, though. Which one of the Czechs do you think has to really take over in this contest to give them a chance?
Well, the three guys, and I'll go forward, D-man, goalie, I guess. Jan Mysak of the Hamilton Bulldogs. He's a Montreal pick. Really solid two-way player. Has 17 goals in the OHL this year. So I think he's a guy who, you know, going to have to play 25 minutes, and on their power play, he's really going to have to step up, and they're going to have to score on the power play, obviously. But D-man David Jiricek really stood out last year at the World Juniors as a 16-year-old. This year he's 17, going to be drafted probably in the top 15, top 10 at the NHL draft this year. Assistant captain at 17, which is pretty remarkable. Really good two-way defense. Just like Myasek, he's going to have to play 30 minutes, solid game, and chip in offensively and take his chances because, sitting back against a team like Canada, I don't think it's going to do them well. And then Nick Malik, right? He's starting for them?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, he's kind of been pushed through where he didn't really deserve some starts in the past, I remember, but
no.
Yeah. As a Czechia goalie, as an underdog, they're 23-1 odds, I guess, or whatever it is. He'll obviously have to have a big performance and just keep it within one. I think that's the biggest thing, right? You give the first goal, whatever, but don't let it go 2 and 3, stuff like that.
It was interesting to see them go with Malik over Bednar and net. I will agree, but Bednar's kind of had a trash season. Maybe not trash, but it hasn't been good in major juniors for him. And I agree. I just... The only way this game gets out of hand is if Canada gets into serious penalty trouble and, maybe someone like Novak or Misak, whatever you want to call him, gets, hot on the power play and they can put up 4 or 5 in this contest. I really don't see that happening, though. Okay, before we take a commercial break, I got one more for you, and that's on Canada's power play. You brought up the point, which was interesting, how Owen Power maybe isn't the best option on the back end, to say that, just in the way he moves the puck. He's got a heavy shot. He's a good skater. But I kind of like Zellweger back there a little bit better. He's more mobile. He kind of brings you that Bowen Byram, Jamie Drysdale aspect that's worked so well on power plays nowadays.
Yeah, I agree. We saw it a couple of years ago when they were in Czech, and it was Kalen Addison, who was kind of their 6th defenseman or 5th, 6th defenseman at the tournament. But
it was their 7th D-man. They've used it with Cale Makar as well.
Yeah, undersized D-man, but really, really good on the power play. And that's kind of why they made the team, right? Well, I guess Makar made it because he was really good. But Addison, that power play was incredible that tournament. And he was a large reason why, just because it's not like he had the shot. A lot of guys at the top, they're not going to, let the bombs go because there's not really that much time to get it off these days. But yeah, with Canada, Owen Power, I think his comparison was like Jay Bouwmeester around the draft, and really good player, really good skater, really good two-way, good to play a long NHL career, just not on the power play. There's other guys who I think can and should be able to do. I think that Power, he's a good player and, makes the right plays just on a power play. And especially in a tournament like this where it's so short, your power play has to be clicking. And I guess a lot of that is so it's not staged, right? And a guy like Zellweger, smaller guy, doing really good, well in Everett this year. I think that he could add that little extra creative element, because right now I kind of compare Power to a Morgan Riley on the Leafs power play, where it's they get the puck and he's distributing it to Johnson or Shane Wright or something like that. They're not taking control, which I think you want to see on a power play.
That's fair. We'll break down into the rest of the league as well. It's Cody Jansen, Adam Ermintrout with you. Get those first goal predictions in. Jared says Borgo. Xavier, let's go with the Oilers prospect there. I don't mind that, Georgie. Hey, get those predictions in, though, at 12 Ounce Sports, Facebook, YouTube, wherever you aren't watching from. If you get it right, we'll ship you a pair of these Lordco Watson gloves. They're unreal. They're Hockey Canada edition, and you're not getting them anywhere else. It's Cody Jansen, Adam Ermintrout with you. We're back in a minute. We're going to preview the rest of the tournament.
Follow Team Canada with Sports Travel Tours in their bid to win back-to-back World Championships. Canada will play all their games in beautiful Helsinki, Finland, and will face Switzerland, Germany, and Russia. Sports Travel Tour packages includes a fantastic hotel, all transfers, amazing game tickets, a tour host, as well as a pre-game party. Check out the official World Championship packages at sportstraveltours.com.
Football fans, I'm sure we all love an action-packed, high-scoring NFL game, but with the latest no-brainer from DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL, you'll be a winner once a single point scored. New customers who bet just $1 on any NFL team to score can win $100 in free bets. It's that simple. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use promo code THPN. Bet $1 on any team to score and win $100 in free bets if they score. You can score with promo code THPN this week at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. Must be 21 years or older. New Jersey, Indiana, Pennsylvania only. New customers only. Minimum $5 deposit, $1 wager required. One per customer. Restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
What we do here is go back.
It's Cody Jansen. World Hockey Report is presented by Lordco Auto Parts, your trusted auto parts supplier since 1974. Cody Jansen, Adam Ermintrout with you, talking World Juniors, Canada, Czechia. That is coming up in about 8 minutes' time. Hopefully you've got it on your TV after you're finished watching us. We got a contest going on. You want to win some of those sweet pairs? There's, hundreds of comments. We're getting hundreds of DMs on them. Lordco Watson gloves. They look absolutely incredible. They're absolutely incredible. I don't have a pair right beside me right now. I would find one a little bit later on. But we got Adam Ermintrout with us. Of course, you got that first goal prediction. Get it in 12 Ounce Sports, Facebook, YouTube. You got a chance to win a pair of Watson gloves that you're not getting anywhere else. Let's talk the rest of the tournament, though. USA, Slovakia tonight. Adam, you're a little high on Slovakia. You think they got some talent.
Yeah, just looking around, I kind of compare them to Germany last year, where if everything goes right, and obviously that's a big if, they got two guys up front. Juraj Slavkovsky, once again, like David Juracek, will be a top 10, top 5 pick at the tournament this year, and Martin Kromiak, who's a really good player as well. So, and then Lukotsky in net, he had a good tournament last year too. So, and he's of course a right-handed catching goalie, which I know you love. But yeah, kind of will be interesting to see. I don't think they're going to be the Slovakia of old, because in the past they've kind of really struggled. Like they've been closer to the Austrias of the world than like the Czech Republic and Switzerland. Kind of in the middle tier there. But yeah, really interested in Slovakia this year.
They have had some good goaltending performances in the past. You think back to Dennis Godla. They had that kid last year or 2 years ago who went and stole a couple of games or stole a game.
Last year, Lukotsky was good.
Was it him? Yeah, okay. Actually, that name does ring a bell the more I think about it. Also, that's a horrible goal on Guskev. Sweden goes up 5-3 right now. Oh, man. What's it with Russian goalies in 5-hole? They are struggling. Sweden goes up 5-3, about 10 minutes left to play. Already, first goal predictions. Get them in right now. 12 Ounce Sports, Facebook, YouTube. Want to win a pair of Watson Hockey Canada gloves? Get them in right now. I can't even pronounce the name. I'm sorry. It looks Russian to me, and they say Vask. It's going to get the first one. Jared says Borgo. We're getting some different answers in here. It's interesting. Donna says Perfetti. Guess we'll find out Canada, Czechia coming up. The Americans, Adam, what do you make of them? Comesso looks fine. I think he's a goalie who is definitely capable of being a starter in this tournament. I don't know if he's going to steal many games. I think they're weak up front. When Logan Cooley's your best forward, especially in that pre-tournament game, that's a scary sign. Like, I didn't see that much out of Berniers that made me think, wow, this guy's motivated. Or I didn't see that much. Red Savage was fine. Berard was good. But I don't know. That team up front scares me. They got nothing.
Yeah, I think they're going to be built off their back end. Like Jake Sanderson's going to play 30 minutes a game this tournament. Luke Hughes should play a lot too. So I think those couple of guys are kind of, the back end. As you said, people at Michigan, they go, Beniers is Taves, Kent Johnson's Patrick Kane. Well, in a short tournament where, the goals matter, I think that you'd rather Patrick Kane. And like you said, Beniers in that first game when USA was wearing their pants that didn't match.
And gloves.
Didn't look great. I'm interested to see kind of what their depth guys do. Like Mackie Samoskovic, I think, is a Florida draft pick. So he's on the top line with Beniers and Berard, and Matthew Nye is the least first pick from this draft. I think he went around 59th or so. And Matt Coronado, the Flames pick, who, I mean, getting a lot of Brock Fetzer comparisons, I think. So guys like that will be interesting. It's always how your depth guys do in this tournament. I mean, maybe last year was a little different with Zegras kind of lighting it up, but a lot of the times, who's going to be your Matt Halaschuk of the world and stuff like that. So
Alsner would have loved that comparison.
Yeah, so who's going to be kind of the mid-line guys? And, you know, with US, I'm interested to see Beniers, but, you know, they're going to have to really roll 4 lines and rely on Comesso more than they'd probably like to. But as you said, that Group B Group A, I think it would be is wide open.
No, I think that's Group B in Russia. It's definitely Group B. Group A would be in Edmonton. But also that Berard, he kind of reminds me of Zach Hyman. And I know I've got to see Zach Hyman quite a bit this year, but he's got a little bit of Zach Hyman in him. Also, that Red Savage kid, that was a disgusting hit he threw on that Finnish kid, Kimmel. But also, like, I love the way Red Savage plays. Like, I don't know who... Yeah, well, I think he's drafted. Maybe he's not draft eligible till next year. I don't know, but whoever's got him, this guy is a borderline Tom Wilson. Like, I love the way he plays. Okay, speaking of Group B, though, give me your rankings. Who's your top 4 in Group B?
Oh, man. I'll go U.S., Sweden. Well, I guess it's kind of cheating now. I'd go U.S., Sweden, Russia, Slovakia, and then who else is it? Kazakhstan?
Holy Switzerland?
Oh, Switzerland. Geez, what happened to them? Like, you know, they'd always be like a sneaky upset pick, and now it's like they're going to the relegation round no matter what, you know. So I think I might even have Russia 4th after what I saw from them today.
Oh, you're not going to put Russia below Slovakia. That'd be the stupidest thing you've ever said on World Hockey Report.
That's a bit of a bold take.
Wow. Putting Russia 4th below Slovakia. Okay, so give me a Group A then.
Canada, Finland, Czech, Germany. I'd like to have like a hot take, but
no, you can't. You can't in Group A. I think we're very similar there. Obviously, Russia's not going to finish 4th in Group B though. So okay, let's rapid fire though. Actually, give me your top D man in the tournament.
Topi Niemela.
He wasn't that good against the Americans. I don't know. I thought he would stand out a little bit more. I was disappointed. Top goaltender.
Let's go Drew Comesso.
Bold. I followed my chair here. Also, my top D-man, I'm just going to stick with Owen Power. I think he's going to put up a ton of points playing on that power play. He's going to eat up big minutes, and if Canada goes far, I think he's the top D-man in the tournament. My top goaltender... Is it bad to pick Dylan Garand? I think he just looks so calm and net. He looked confident out there. He's going to be Canada's guy. He's going to roll through until New Year's Eve. His first test is really going to be Finland. So I'll go with Garand. You can go with Comesso. Top forward?
Kent Johnson.
Yeah, that was my pick too. I blogged about that one already. Okay, give me your gold, silver, bronze to wrap things up, Adam.
I'll go Canada, Sweden, USA. Sweden has a really good power play, and they have the top end talent. So I'll go Canada, Sweden, USA. I'm going with Canada this year.
I don't mind it. They win every couple of years, so I would say it's a pretty fair one. I like Canada as well. My silver, I'm going to Finland. I don't know. I just think there's something about the Finns. Of recent, they've been good. I think a guy like Brad Lambert can pop off. They always get steady goaltending, it seems. And for bronze, I guess we'll give it to the Americans. We'll give them a pity medal. They deserve it.
Yeah, I was gonna put Finland somewhere in there. I think they looked really good today, and they brought back a lot of guys, and everybody's just like a year older. And as you said, you know, two drafted NHL goalies. So I liked Finland could scare Canada, I think.
Canada, Czechia prediction for tonight. Close it out that one.
5-1 Canada.
I like it. Seems pretty good. Zellweger scores the first goal. That's my prediction. That's Adam Urbantrout. I'm Cody Jansen. Enjoy the game, everyone. World Hockey Report presented by Lord Auto Parts. We're going to be here half an hour before every single Canada game. Enjoy it.
Follow Team Canada with Sports Travel Tours in their bid to win back-to-back World Championships. Canada will play all their games in beautiful Helsinki, Finland, and will face Switzerland, Germany, and Russia. Sports Travel Tour packages includes a fantastic hotel, all transfers, amazing game tickets, a tour host, as well as a pre-game party. Check out the official World Championship packages at sportstraveltours.com.
Football fans, I'm sure we all love an action-packed, high-scoring NFL game, but with the latest no-brainer from DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL, you'll be a winner once a single point scored. New customers who bet just $1 on any NFL team to score can win $100 in free bets. It's that simple. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use promo code THPN. Bet $1 on any team to score and win $100 in free bets if they score. You can score with promo code THPN this week at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. Must be 21 years or older. New Jersey, Indiana, Pennsylvania only. New customers only. Minimum $5 deposit, $1 wager required. One per customer. Restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.